Hello and welcome. It is always great to be here with everyone. It's been quite a few weeks, I think. I was in Scotland, really enjoying Scotland. Beautiful, beautiful there. I went to see standing stones. I was saying that if you haven't checked those posts out, they're on my personal Facebook page, and I will actually pop that, I think, into the chat for you. Lots of pictures. And, you know, there was a lot of really beautiful energy that we were doing. Of course, Akashic, galactic, unwriting, unwiring. Let me do 5 things and see how that works out. Okay, so you can, if you're interested, you can check out my personal Facebook page. I can't friend anyone else because I'm at like 5,000. So please don't send friend requests, but I, would love to have you check out my photos if you're curious. And I think I put that link somewhere, but anyway, so there it is on Zoom too. Great to be here with everyone. So it feels like there's quite a bit to do. I never really know what's going to show up for healing. And I know everybody always, puts in requests, etc. But the 2 things I'm getting definitely to work on is the heat, because this is very odd. And again, it's all part of global warming, and we need to somehow clear whatever blocks people from being conscious about global warming and bring this consciousness back into awareness. And the other thing I definitely want to connect to is all the beautiful souls on the planet who are literally here to bring in new information for all of us, for humanity. So that's very cool, and we want to connect into that. So I know we're going to do both of that, and a lot of the work that I was doing. So let's see, I think I'm just going to start with some of that kind of energy clearing around the blindness to global warming. I don't know how else to say that, but that's how it shows up. Ooh, so let's bring everybody into the records with me so we can all do our own beautiful energetic healing. And honestly, even if I don't open the collective records energetically, I can reach that out there around all of us. So that's always perfect. And so good. All right. So I'm just trying to check in and make sure the Facebook, it says it's live. So I'm assuming it's live, but usually it does numbers or does something. So I don't know if I'm not doing something correct, but if you're on Facebook Live, type something into the chat for me just so that I can make sure that that is working. Okay. And you can do that, and I'm going to open the group record. So if everybody can just sit back and drop into your sacred heart. High heart is up by the thymus, of course, our 4th chakra heart. And then we kind of blend those energies, and that creates a beautiful sacred heart, which I see as a gorgeous spinning ball of energy and light. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I need more help. I appreciate your help, everybody, for answering my questions for me. Good. And so we're just going to get nice and grounded as we invite our sacred heart to open and expand a little further. And I like to see nice grounding roots from the bottom of my feet. We have feet chakras. So from the feet chakras down into our dear Mother Earth, going really nice and deep. And then we activate our tripod of the tripod grounding system, 2 feet and a tail. So we like to send a nice grounding cord or tail from the base of our spine straight down to the center of Earth. And we can wrap that around the core of Gaia and ask for her help in staying grounded and present as we do this expansive work. And we ask the divine lords of unconditional love to help us center fully in this moment as we create this sacred space. Please wrap us in your love and protection and allow us to travel to the highest realms of the Akasha available to us today. Please help us. We lay our multi-dimensional hearts open to divine love and release all resistance. Lords of the Akashic Record, please guide us to the deepest truth we can access now. Support us in healing and releasing that which no longer serves on our true path. We give great thanks for your divine love and support on this journey today. Okay. So I am hearing from the record keepers to call in the beautiful weather gods, which is lovely. I often will see them like beautiful big eagles. They're not Earth dimension eagles, but they're huge. And I will see them. I often will be able to clear things like rain when it's not desired, though right now it is desired, thanks. So let's sweep the rain this way. And I often will see them with their, 20-foot wingspan, kind of blowing the clouds to cool the earth and to shift the wind patterns. And so we ask these beautiful beings of light to assist us in this moment to bring cooling to the whole West Coast, all of California. Yes, Thunderbirds, thank you. To bring us rain, because of course, the big concern is that this heat and this dryness will create more wildfires in California and Washington and Oregon. And I don't know if it goes up to Canada, but we are asking certainly for the whole West Coast and Arizona, Nevada, all of this kind of swath of our United States, for the Thunderbirds to come and to help to rebalance the weather around our planet everywhere. I saw there was 40 inches of rain in, just drew a blank on where, but somewhere in Southeast Asia. 40 inches of rain. And that's serious flooding. So balancing, bringing that rain to the West Coast of California or the West Coast of the US and Canada and Mexico, wherever it's needed, and really unwriting, unwiring. Let's ask to delete any of these kind of global programs. I think some of it is weather seeding and things that we have done to control the planet. So we want to ask for any and all of that. Human control that is creating just a huge mess on our world. So we call in all of the record keepers, all of the beautiful galactic beings all around the planet, all of the energy beings, right, flooding in Pakistan, flooding in I think some other countries also, and call in our thunderbirds and the beautiful energetic beings of light who help with our weather patterns. And with our heart and our love and our prayers, we ask all of our Akashic beings of light. We ask Source, we ask all of the Ascended Masters, everyone who can step in to help with this, to rebalance our weather patterns around our planet, to bring ease and grace to all places so there is not too much rain one place and not enough rain somewhere else. There's too much snow and freezing one place and there is not enough somewhere else. So calling in all of you beautiful beings of light who are here to support us as we create this energy of ascension on our planet now. And I see the cloud patterns moving. Oh, good. We ask for the cooling breezes, some cloud cover, and definitely rain for the west coast of the US. And of course, the balancing everywhere else. It just feels like they're unweaving some old programs. The way I hear it is that we as humans with our own too much science, which puts control sometimes in just the wrong hands. We want to unwrite those programs, delete those, the cloud seeding, whatever it is, though. The inventions that have not really been used to support all of humanity, we ask for those to be eradicated around the world so that we can bring our dear Mother Earth, our dear Gaia back in energetic balance so that we as humans all around the world can thrive. And to use our wisdom and our creativity and all of our inventive gifts and talents to create things that will help us to feed everyone, to stop polluting our earth, to find ways to dispose of the plastics in the ocean, to just do everything that needs to be done to help our dear Mother Earth come back into balance so we can move forward and create this beautiful new earth, bringing heaven here, bringing the fifth dimension and eventually the seventh dimension back to the planet. We started there and higher, right? We started, I think from the 12th dimension and have continually dropped down, drop down, drop down to have these experiences. Yeah. Feel that shaking through my whole body. Thank you all for showing up and being part of the healing work we do. It takes you all, takes every one of us to add our light and our love. Whew. Okay. Good. Feeling a little lighter. Okay, so, ooh, that felt good. So I going to take a breath because we're going to shift gears a little bit, and I want to add two things into the chat box. So the first one is my meditation journey into the Akashic Records. So if you've never done that, it's a lovely journey into the Akash with me, where you get to bathe in the river of forgiveness and clear some old karmic patterns. And you get to reclaim some of your gifts and talents from other lifetimes. So that free gift is in the chat box, Journey into the Akashic Records. And if you are interested in learning to access your own Akashic Records, my next live online workshop starts on September 19th. And that is the link to access that page. So free gift, and did that do both? Okay, I think it did. Yep. And then Akashic Course 1, that's the beginning Learn to Read Your Records workshop. So those are both in the chat box on Facebook and also on Zoom. So enjoy, and I hope to see some of you in the class. That's going to be, I'm teaching it at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so 2 Eastern, and that's 7 in Europe, 7 in the UK, and 8, I think, in Europe, if I'm correct. So I look forward to having some of you join me. That's a really fun class. I teach you to access, and I teach you 3 access keys, sacred vibrational keys in the form of sacred prayers to easily, simply open your own Akashic Records. So definitely click those links while they're showing up and download them later. And so I want to talk a little bit about what else is going on on the planet. So as very big ancient galactic beings of light, certainly, I have been a record keeper in my original lifetimes, a very long time ago. And there's so much information about who we are and who we've been, but the record keepers, of course, say, you've been a record keeper. That's why we tapped on your shoulder to bring the Akashic wisdom and light back to the planet. Because when I started this 25 years ago, no one knew what the Akashic Records were. So I was talking to a lot of blank stares, and now everybody gets it, and it's so exciting. And I just love it every time I do a Facebook Live. Usually I have, the max of 100 people here on Zoom and tons of people on Facebook. And I feel very, very, very blessed to be able to do this work with all of you and all around the world. So we're in the process. We're not trying, we're doing, but it has definitely been a long process. And we're in the process of balancing masculine and feminine energy on the planet, which is so important. And so we've got that going on. So it was really interesting. Of course, I sometimes, just think I'm a regular muggle, that I just, I'm going to Scotland to take my daughter there to the university. She's getting her master's degree in forensic anthropology, which is the study of bones. And I thought, oh, fun. I have always wanted to see all the standing stones and they hold ancient wisdom. So I knew there was a part of going to see all the standing stones up on the Isle of Lewis and the Isle of Skye and out in Staffa. And we went to Iona, one of the oldest monasteries that was built in 500. And it was built on top of some really sacred sites, a lot of sacred energy on Iona and Mull. But what I realized is we're also balancing masculine, feminine energy, because Scotland is holding a center of the divine masculine, and France holds a big piece of the divine feminine. And so many of us light workers are doing work in both Scotland and France at this point. And so I had some acquaintances, some people I've met, some I haven't met, who are also we were not planned, not consciously, but kind of tag teaming through Scotland. I knew a couple other people who were there in June and July. I was there in August, and then some other are going in now in September. And then lots of sacred travel to the ancient realm, southern France, where Mary Magdalene and a lot of sacred spots and spaces. So I want to do a little bit of work in the records around that, because I know so many of you hold that divine feminine and that divine masculine, and we have come with soul contracts to help to balance the energy. And we balance it in so many ways. I was talking with a beautiful woman today, and she was talking about how her work in her younger years and was very, very, very masculine. She was a doctor, and she did a lot of work and a lot of that energy. And my work, even in advertising as a production director, I ran a lot of male energy. I worked like a man. We were trained to be that way. People were scared of me, which I always think is really funny. But I ran a lot of that kind of masculine energy. And so we have kind of done this in our lives to make these shifts to go and rebalance the masculine and feminine energy in our own bodies, because you have a masculine channel and a feminine channel. We all do. So we're going to do some of that, but so we have it within our own body. We do it within our relationships in so many different ways. Sometimes we do it with a lot of pain and challenges and traumas and things around trying to rebalance masculine and feminine. And sometimes we do it that way. And sometimes we do it right in our families. Sometimes we do it in our own personal sexuality. That can be around balancing masculine and feminine in a body also. So many of us are doing it in so many different ways. And so I want to actually focus on that. I'm hearing the record keeper say to actually do some kind of energetic planetary work between Scotland and France right now. And then we'll do some personal work for everyone around balancing male and female within the body, the channels within the body. I just looked at my my clock. It's 333, which to me is always a beautiful kind of angelic energy. So all of our angel guides and our Akashic record keepers and all of the divine beings of light are blessing us today. It's so lovely to feel that, to kind of get those, if you get those repeating numbers, they mean different things to me. So the 333 is always that kind of, your angels are all here with you too. So that's lovely. So let's just ask our own personal record keepers. Of course, if you've been here since we opened the records, all your record keepers are with you, I'm sure. And we would just all invite everyone's record keepers. I see the number is back to 100. So we've got, the room is as full as it can get. And so we ask all of our 100 persons. So if you imagine, if each of us have a dozen record keepers and most of us have 3 to 6 angels, if we invite them all in to help us to do this work today, that's, I can't do the math. Let's say 100 times 20 helpers, right? So that is a lot of helpers. I love that they're all showing up today to help us to do this beautiful work. At least 2,000 beings of light and more are out there helping us to do this beautiful divine work today. And so as we expand our sacred heart and connect with our Akashic record keepers, our angels, our guides, our ascended masters that we work with, whoever the beings of light are that you like to work with, we call them all in to support us in helping to balance divine masculine and divine feminine energy around the world. So because these 2 big centers are in Scotland and really the south of France right now, I see them running energetic golden infinity symbols kind of between, to me, at the moment, it looks like the center, kind of really the center of Scotland and the center of France. And they're just beautiful. Gold infinity symbol balancing those energies between Scotland and France right now, between divine feminine, divine masculine, bringing all of that into balance. And these specific spaces and places. So I was in Rosalind Chapel, and we're going to do some balancing from Rosalind Chapel to the south of France, because I know that Mary Magdalene was in both of those places. So that's, Rosalind Chapel is the divine feminine within the greater divine masculine of Scotland. And so it was kind of interesting in my travels. I was in Rosalind Chapel, and Iona also was considered, had divine feminine, the monasteries for the women, for the nuns, and for the divine feminine was also on Iona. And so I see these gold infinity symbols from Rosalind Chapel. Oh, they're making a triangulation. Rosalind Chapel to Iona, and then Iona to, I don't have a name. If someone has a name of one of the sacred sites in the south of France where Mary Magdalene was, I don't know off the top of my head, but I see a place in the mountains in the south of France. And so from, they're triangulating from Rosalind to that site in France, to Iona, and back to Rosalind. So it's a triangle of energy there. Just bringing all of that. So the triangulation energy is very powerful when we use it in this way to rebalance many of these sacred sites. Montsegur, yeah, possibly, yeah. I have not made it to France. I'm sure I'm going to be called there really soon now that I've done Scotland and Iona and Rosalind Chapel was really very profound. They all were Staffa, phenomenal. Standing stones on the Isle of Lewis. I'll show you their picture when I finish using my hands. Lourdes, yes. A lot of energy in Lourdes. Yes. Okay. We just ask our record keepers, our angels, all of our beautiful ascended masters to help all of this beautiful energy to ground into the planet even more physically, bringing that physically down and integrating it and grounding it and anchoring it into Gaia, into our dear Mother Earth. So we're really bringing it present right now, right here and now on the planet. And then we're going to do a balancing of divine masculine, divine feminine through our bodies. And we're going to start in the head. And I like to, the way I see it is running a gold infinity symbol between the masculine channel and the feminine channel that really touch all of the chakras as they run down through the body. Simplest way I know how to explain it. So I just see gold infinity symbols from the male on the left to the female on the right, balancing those channels, bringing the energy of masculine and feminine into balance. When they're balanced in our body, then everything is greater love, less effort, all of that. And then we do it down through that was the sixth chakra, through the fifth chakra, through the throat. So again, we can speak our truth with ease and grace, balancing divine masculine, divine feminine. And into our fourth chakra, our heart center. And the third chakra. And the third chakra often can be about power. So it can be about the power struggle, almost. It's almost like sometimes I see it as a struggle between the third and the fourth, between love and ease and power and struggle. So we want to balance the divine masculine, divine feminine in both of those chakras to bring those into alignment. And again, ease and love in both. And down into the second chakra where a lot of that emotional energy lives. So really balancing again, ease and grace, love and joy, fun and happiness. And the first chakra, we want to balance the divine masculine, divine feminine, the first chakra, and then we ground it all down. We also run our grounding cord from the base of the first chakra. So now we've balanced all of them. Those channels run all the way down into the first chakra. And so now we ground all of that balanced energy through our whole body down into Gaia, anchoring it down into the earth, because of course our dear Mother Earth can really help us to keep it grounded and balanced. All right. Lovely. So how is everyone doing? Take a sip of water, even if it's not hot where you are. I know I'm living in all my blues. I think I might go jump in the swimming pool after this. How is my beautiful tribe on Facebook doing? So I'm going to do a couple of just group healings around what's showing up. I saw some clearing for entities and energy patterns. I also saw something about some ancestral clearing. So we'll do that. Okay. Hello. Good. Okay. So let me regroup for just a moment also. And I want to remind some of you, if you have forgotten, or if you've never heard, or if you haven't seen my emails, about the book called Akasha that I'm working on. And I am inviting you to write a chapter about your Akashic record experiences. So it could be an experience that you've had from being on a call, a Facebook live healing call with me. It could be what's happened, what got cleared, what shifted from the energy, the experience you felt. And so I put those links. So it's pretty easy, because there's a link for a submission form where you could just copy and paste your story of 1,000 or 2,000 words. It's not that long. Couple of pages. Your name and all of your information goes right in that submission form. And if you want to read a little bit more about it, there is also the guidelines, which just kind of tell you that, it's 800 to 2,000 words. It's really about the experience you've had. So you can go and read the guidelines. And then if you have had an Akashic experience, it could have been because you've taken one of my workshops. It could be because you've done a reading or healing session with me and things have changed after that, or after this, right? And so please join me if I do not get enough submissions. Right now, the call for submissions ends at the end of September. And if I don't have about, I don't know, another 20 submissions, then the book won't go, and I would be bummed. So help me to get the book out. It is free for you to do. You just write your story, put it in the submission form. It is simple and easy. Just write your experience of working in the Akashic Records, being in the Akashic Records with me. Some of us have dreams that we see a big book and we get a download about a past life, or maybe it's during a meditation. Whatever it is for you, it's wonderful and valuable, because it helps other people to read about that. And so I'll write a couple of chapters, but basically we're asking for people to tell your story about your experience of being in the Akash. And if you want to be a really published author with your name on the cover, you can do that too. There is a fee to have your name on the cover, because there's only a couple of spaces, and I think it's just around $900 or something like that if you want your name on the cover with mine. But if you want to do it for free, you can have a chapter in my book, Akasha. So please join me there. And don't forget to grab your free meditation, and hopefully some of you will join me for my Akashic workshop. So, okay. Thank you. That is so cute. Penny just said it looks like a lot of ascended masters all lined up, which is amazing. Now that you've said that, I'm like, I see it. You're right. Wow, that is very cool. Oh, thank you. I love that. So, okay. We are going to do some clearing. We definitely want to do a little bit of work around psychic attacks, energies, entities. Oh, that's lovely. How do we support the work you are doing? Well, you're supporting it by showing up. So that's always wonderful because it's a collective healing energy, right? So when you show up, you are supporting my work. I don't do donations anywhere, but I certainly invite you to do a personal Akashic reading with me if you're interested, or join my upcoming workshops that starts September 19th, right? And that, oh, and this is kind of fun. But let me just, my new website went live today. And so if you've never been to my website, you can read all about everything I have to offer. And there's also a healing trauma quiz on my website if you're interested in healing some trauma, learning a little bit more about it. And I do a lot of one-on-one sessions to help people heal trauma. And so check out my updated website. It just went live today. So very good day. I'm having a good day outside of being a little hot, but it's always fun to be with everyone. And I taught a career mastery workshop today, which is very fun. I teach people to become certified Akashic consultants. So if you're looking for a spiritual business to start and you haven't taken my Akashic course 1 yet, that's where you start. You learn to read your own records. We go into soul self-mastery for ourselves, and then career mastery. And I teach you how to access the records for clients and build an Akashic career. So join me in anything that speaks to you. That is the best way, certainly. And write a chapter for my Akasha book. That would be great. I definitely want that book to go out. That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to clear entities and we're going to do some healing around psychic attacks because that's what keeps showing up. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Okay. And so we are inviting all of the dark energies, all of the entities, all the beings who have been wreaking some havoc in our lives over the last while, life, whatever it might be for you. We are asking our record keepers to go back outside of time and space to any past lives where you have a soul contract with that entity or being that is trying to derail your soul path right now. Or they may just be along for the ride. They may think they're just along for the ride, but often they wreak some havoc in our energy field and our lives. So we're going to clear that out. We're going to clear any soul contract, any vow any of us have made with our entities, right? So our record keepers are helping us to do that. So all the times we have vowed to support energetic beings that were, sometimes they were actually embodied, but maybe they aren't now, or they were not embodied, but they gave us power that was not really available on the planet. So it was a long stretch of time during the dark ages where there wasn't a lot of light and there wasn't a lot of power. So a lot of the light workers would come to help to heal and do things, but there wasn't enough energy and light and power for us to do it. So we would often call on other entities and beings to support us. So every single one of us has done every single thing in the world, right? We've been the light, we've been the guidance, we've been the love, we have been the dark, we have hurt and harmed and killed people. We play this game full out to have every experience we could possibly have. So no one gets away with just being good, including myself. I always say I was one of those shaman back in the Aztec times that used to cut out people's hearts and get joy in it. And that was then. So we do healing around it and it's important, but we really want to break any contracts that we have with these beings and any vows that we've made with those beings, because that gives them access to your energy field. Okay. So just clearing all okay. Just want to get this prayer for everyone. Do that. Whew. Those are really powerful and important contracts to clear and release and delete, because they let them in. Okay. So I just put the prayer to clear entities and energy patterns in the chat. And so you should be able to copy paste that from there. Let me do that in Facebook also, so you can copy and paste those, hopefully, because those are really good, especially if you have that challenge. I mean, we're breaking a lot of the contracts and the vows, but to say that every day, 3 times I like to repeat it 3 times, and you may find that if that's a big issue in your life, you do it again and again and again until it's almost like it takes a while to unweave some of the holds they have on us. So I want everybody to have that prayer so that you can continue to use that. All right. And we ask all of our Akashic masters and all the beautiful beings of light and ascended masters and everyone who is hanging out here with us today to take any energies, entities, energy patterns that do not that do not belong in your energy field, my energy field, your energy field, anyone's energy field. We want to have all these beautiful beings of light, take them home to where they belong. Please escort all these entities back to their home, wherever that may be. Take them back. You don't belong here in our bodies, in our energy field, wreaking havoc in the world. They're just deleting and unhooking and good, good. Feels a little better. And we ask the record keepers, of course, to fill us up with our highest Akashic energy, our highest cosmic energy, our highest physical level energy, and Akashic wisdom that we can now hold after we've moved a bunch of old junk out of our bodies. The prayer is not a link. I actually printed it right in the chat box, so you could go over it and copy and paste it onto a Word doc on your computer if you can. And now if you're on a phone, I'm sorry, I have no idea. and I don't think I have a link for it. There are Word docs in my file, so sorry. Okay, filled up. That looks better. Hopefully everybody can get that prayer. Oh, good. Screenshot. Brilliant. Yes. And if you are not aware, if you like the healing prayers, From Questioning to Knowing, 73 Prayers to Transform Your Life, you can get it on Amazon with a foreword from Jack Canfield. You can see I use it all the time. I use it like a lot of times on Facebook Lives and such. So sometimes I just read them out loud, but sometimes the record keepers just tell me to, paste it in the chat so you can have it. So thank you, Jay. Yeah, so definitely grab that book on Amazon. And my new book is coming out in a few months, so stay tuned for that. Always exciting. Yeah, that's handy. You can just, on an iPhone, you can click on it and say copy and click on it and paste it into your notes. So that's great. Oh, help us surrender to life purpose, avoid bad stuff happening before that. Surrender, that's a good big question. Okay, so we are just at the hour, and yes. You are welcome. You are welcome. I love you all. Yes, someone's like, should we book a session for this? I do tons of entities and all this kind of clearing in an Akashic reading. So yes, if you have a lot of personal challenges, please go to my website, check it out, and book a session with me. I know I'm probably booked into the October. I'm lost. October. Right now. So I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to do this really quickly too. Definitely, if you didn't, my computer's trying to computer's totally freaking out on me. Uh-oh. Thank you. No, definitely not really lost, just metaphorically, we'll say. Okay, let me find that beautiful free gift, Journey into the Akashic Records, because it's very, very fun to do it again and again, and it is useful in a lot of ways to help you to bathe in the river of forgiveness, clear old karmic patterns, reclaim past life gifts. And again, you can do it more than once. And so, did I just do that? Oh. Okay. Next time I'm bringing an assistant. Okay, so there's the links to the free gift, Journey into the Akashic Records, and my Akashic Course 1 starts September 19th. So join me and learn to do this for yourself. It will change your life. Trust me on that one. And so here are all those links, and I am so glad you were here. And good news, I know I didn't get to everyone because we did some big pattern work, but I really appreciate you doing that with me. I am going to do another live on next Tuesday. I think you'll get an email. I'm pretty sure it's on next Tuesday, and I don't know what time it is because I forgot already. So thank you for showing up. I love you all. Thank you for being here. You are all the best. I'll see you next Tuesday. That'd be great if you could come then too, because we'll work on whatever else people are, asking for. Okay, much love. Bye for now. Thank you.